I can tell you right now, next year's going to be great because I just found a name tag for the deputy director or whatever of the BIA. I'm going to wear that, so if you guys need any money, we're rolling in it now. Oh, what a great conference again. I have to share with Chris McLean. It's really been changing in Alaska, and it's just enheartening to see this every year. Every year it seems to be getting bigger, better, and we're communicating more, and it's just fantastic. And I think a lot of that has to do with what Judge V said the other day when he channeled us to invite our ancestors and mentors and those that came here with us in spirit. And so I want to first thank my mom for being here with me in spirit. Mama Susan Bosi, that beat my grandma and grandpa. My Aunt Dot, of course, who was my mentor. My first wife, Kathy, who presented me with 3 wonderful children. Their spirits have really kept me strong for a long time. Thank you to TCC and MJC. Don't you like all those acronyms? Someday I'm going to write a country western song. It's going to be all acronyms, like my TCC got ran over by your MJC, and I'm sure it'll be a top hit. And to the speakers, oh my goodness, what a roster of speakers this year. Fantastic, and I appreciate you all sharing your experience, your knowledge, your strength, and hope. I am certainly going back to Packer country much richer than I came up here. I want to talk about takeaways. What do we take away from all these things we heard? And I'll tell you what I'm taking away. I took away an added dimension of leadership. I always felt that the leadership qualities of Jesus were, Jesus didn't lead, but created an environment where followers would follow. And now I've added a new dimension that leaders are actually don't want followers, they want more leaders. That's enriched me. I'm taking back with me an arrow tipped with meaning. I never thought of it in that perspective before, because the arrow always seemed to be a tool for killing. And it's really adding meaning is a tool for life and living. And taking back the concept that if we don't fill ourselves with goodness, we're going to fill ourselves with something else. And then I tied that to what Wilson said, that spirituality must be woven in every part of us. And I've always believed that spirituality and alcohol cannot coexist. So coming up on November 8th, it'll be 19 years since I've banished alcohol from my body. Oh, I heard my favorite word again this year, jurisdiction. The word that I think should be abolished and replaced with responsibility. When I hear that word jurisdiction and we say we have jurisdiction or you have jurisdiction, the opposite is that then we don't have jurisdiction, or you don't have jurisdiction. And when I replace it with responsibility and it says, I have responsibility, but you don't, it doesn't make any sense. So that word jurisdiction, that creation of some human mind, that concept of jurisdiction and power and control and right to make and enforce laws, has actually diminished that sacred responsibility given to us at creation of this world that we had for everything that responsibility we had for everything on this earth has been diminished by this man-made concept of jurisdiction. So throw that word away. I heard the senator talk about how the laws and so forth, and a lot of things about the law, and that we've inherited a lot of laws. But we've also inherited the natural law of responsibility. That's the one maybe we should follow. Wilson's story, incredible story. You know, probably be paraphrasing it quite inaccurately, but it's my takeaway when he talked about the destruction of a nation that started from a single event of a sexual abuse. Laying in bed last night, I'm thinking about that. Now think of the impact of the first one of us that drank alcohol. What did that destroy? And it's still having such a tragic destruction of our traditions and culture and who we are. And Paul, probably not what you exactly said either, but again, it's my takeaway. I learned a long time ago, when I take notes, I don't write down what you say, I write down how I feel when I hear them. And when I talk about it, then it's coming from me. It's not repeating what you said. But this is my takeaway from Paul regarding domestic violence. You're not just beating a victim, you're beating a nation, a culture, and traditions that have kept our nation strong since the beginning of time. And that if we want to remove domestic violence from our language, we have to remove it from our reality. Renee, you told me a story yesterday that still makes me cry. One success story, and he deals with a lot of kids. One success story that we can hang our hope on for the future. I'm glad you shared that with me. I'm taking that with me, and it inspires me to keep working. And Mike Williams, so wise. I love seeing Mike because he also says, welcome home. My takeaway, that we can get back not only what was stolen, but what we've misplaced over the years. But we have to be spiritually healthy to do it. We can't continue on with the alcohol, the drugs, the violence. We're not healthy in that manner. We can't get back all those good things that we lost or misplaced or were stolen until we get ourselves healthy. And Kurt, oh my God. You reinforced my belief in circles, and then Chris, he just piles on more reinforcement on all the speakers that talked up here in this last panel, that circles can heal, that circles can change behavior. We have a much, much better chance of changing behavior by surrounding with trust, love, and support, rather than surrounding them by inmates. Greatest protection of our women and our children and our traditions and our society is changing the behavior of those that could harm them. And I just want to give Chris, again, the acknowledgement for the work he's doing in that area. I used to think that Wisconsin was a little bit ahead of Alaska in building these collaborative efforts and adopting some of these things, but I'll tell you right now, we slipped behind. You are leading the nation, and it's too bad you're so far away that the lower 48 can't see it all. You guys are doing a great job here. I went to a Memorial Day ceremony, or a church service. My wife sings, and used to sing in a choir, and I went to this service they had on Memorial Day a few years ago, and the bishop was talking about peace and justice. And I wanted a legal pad because I wanted to take notes in Mass, because the priest was talking about two of the things that I have a passion for, peace and justice. And he talked about peace. When we make that spiritual connection, one-on-one with Greater or God, some power greater than ourselves, whatever we call it, we make that connection, that one-on-one, and we get that peace in our heart. When you give it away, that's justice. We all want healthy families. I heard that today. We all have that desire. And Paul, I'll trade you that alpaca shirt for that Nike shirt. And we'll just do it. We know it has to be done. We've got the strength, the knowledge to get it done. So let's just do it. Let's put on robes. Let's put on robes like garments of peace and wear them heavy with history. Long they'll join you to Mother Earth, and full to harbor beneath them all voices, shapes, and sizes of vision. Put on robes like feathers and wear them, a symbol of honor and duty. Wear wisdom and compassion. Wear justice like a rainbow, where all colors are a promise. Fill your robes with traditions, a will to peace and not to power. Speak voices of centuries. House in your heart those laws that have become fragile with age. Tend with your love their roots, still bearing. From your hands, dispense dignity to each person. Hold this office like a medicine, like a ritual to heal and to bestow human rights. Now I hear your name spoken by the elders and our ancestors. Now you must go forward. Burn cedar. Prepare yourself. Paint your face like a warrior for justice. Put on robes. Enter the council. And join the League of Peace. God bless. Safe travels.